Hi guys, let's start to continue our strategy. I remember that we developed some simple strategy using candle patterns. I used hammer candle and I find it working for Bitcoin USDT. If we trade 1 hour time series and hold our position 5 hours. So let's find some combination and do some improvement because when you work like quantitative trader, you need to find some another alpha factors to improve your ideas, and you spend many times to find some ideas how you could improve it. So let's create new Jupyter notebook, and I recommend you create for each experiment, for each test, new Jupyter notebook, because when you would like represent this scenario, and you could use it for production, and you don't confuse with this information, because when you develop some strategy, maybe you have 100 this Jupyter notebook, and you should understand all this code. So let's copy paste some data from previous code. We need to import our library. Let's do it, and I need to select my environment. Next, also we need copy paste data for Bitcoin USDT when we download the data from Binance. And for test, I used data for 1 year, last year, and what else? Also, we need to create our candle patterns. We did it before, and we need do some improvement, and I would like to show you how you could use some combination from different alpha factors. So for example, let's create very easy alpha factors for likes God's volume. It's quantity of volume. It's very easy to create it. You need to use Pandas cut and indicate that volume, and I would like to get 12 labels, and labels would be false. Let's see what happens. You could call value counts to find what is information do we get. Also for percentage, you could input true, and you get data in percentage. Okay, so it's working. Let's do here. And next, also we need create target variables. We need to copy paste this code, and very important, we need minus our commission from exchange. And I would like to get target variables for from 1 hour to 12 hour. Let's do it. Let's see what is it. Target names. This is our expected price changed after 1 hour, after 2 hours. Okay, it's clear. And next we need to do some explore data to understand how we could combine this data. And Pandas very cool library to analyze data, but you need some practice to do it. And let's do it. For example, I would like to get candle hammer, and another argument would be God's volume. This is new variable what we create, and I would like to forecast data for 1 hour, for example. Let's do it expected change for 1 hour. Next, we need to aggregate this data. It's super easy. You need to input some interesting statistics like summary, mean, for example, and size. I need size because I would like to reuse scenario with which happens very rarely. We need some scenario what happens often. Okay, in this case I mean. And when I aggregate our Pandas data frame by candle hammer and cats volume, I take data for expected change after 1 hour, and I need filter this data. Let's use it. We call where, and we need to input a lambda function. For example, I would like to take data when mean would be more than this percent, and let's do another condition. For example, let's create like this. It would be one condition, or another condition x mean when it less than 0.001. It would be one condition or two condition. Okay, we filter this data, and I would like to filter by size. It's the same, it's easy, where lambda, and also call, for example, x, and call size, because I create aggregate function summary mean size, and I could call size would be more than 30. It means I would like to get more than 30 cases. Okay, and I need drop now missed rows. Let's call it, and what happens? Okay, it's good. You see we have some table with useful statistics for you. For example, if you have a candle hammer, this is a case when it happens. It means 100 value, and cuts volume if we get combination of this value, we will get this statistic summary, mean, and size. And let's analyze and build some simple strategy using it. Okay, let's do it. For example, data signal would be, and we are going to use numpy where, and also we need to input our condition. It means candle hammer should be equal 100. It means in this case it happens, and when data cuts volume would be, for example, 0. I need to test this situation because I would like to trade this one. Let's do it. And when it happens, and you see we have minus, and it means we should short. And let's indicate I would like to short position. It would be -1. If it not happens, it would be 0. Let's do some returns, for example, returns strategy. What we need to do, multiply signal and we need to multiply our target variables, what happens after 1 hour, expected change after 1 hour. Okay, when it happens, let's calculate proportion of positive and negative traits. Let's do it. For example, would be returns dir, it means direction, that's short names. Also using numpy where return strategy if more than 0 with positive traits would be 1. If it not happens, let's do it, would be 0. And let's do it for negative cases. Returns 0 is correct. Yeah, it's correct. Numpy where, and we indicate returns strategy less than 0 would be -1. If it happens, we input the previous variable. Okay, it's clear. Let's calculate percent of change. I mean like this. These cases, let's print this data. For example, I need to take data for returns dir when if it data not equal 0, we need bug. Yeah, I forgot data. Okay, and I would like to take returns dir. So I input these cases and we do some filter of pandas data frame, and I would like to get these columns. When it happens, we need to call pandas data frame method and value counts, and we input true to get data in percent change. Okay, what else? Let's calculate cumulative returns of the strategy. For example, cum returns would be data return strategy, and we need to call Thompson. Okay, looks good. And let's plot this information to understand what happens from returns, and I would like to plot this data, and let's change size of our plot. Fixed size would be 30 and 5. Okay, let's do it. We have an error. We need to, okay, fixed size incorrect. Great. So you see we have some profitable strategy for Binance USD, for Bitcoin USDT, including spend of commission, and we have profitability is about 59% of data is positive, and we get profit for 1 year is about 20%. Yeah, in this case Bitcoin has some range, show some range, and we have some good profitability for Bitcoin, but we could use vector BT library to calculate some useful statistics, and I would like to show you how to do it. For example, let's do it. We have for example, let's do some returns. Would be data to indicate our cumulative returns, for example. And let's call, for example, would be rates VBT returns, and indicate frequency for 1 hour, and let's do it like this. Let's and call method stats to calculate statistics. Okay, so sometimes we have a drawdown and we need to analyze downside risk. Value at risk is about 0.0058. It's okay. Let's do some additional statistics. Let's print downside risk. Downside risk, for example, would be returns and call downside risk. Let's call it, and also would like to plot drawdown. Maybe it would be more clarified for you to understand drawdowns. So we need this data and call drawdown, and we plot this data. Let's do it. Drawdown incorrect. Downside. Okay, so you see in this time we have big drawdown, and you need to analyze all drawdown for your strategy, because if you do it, and you could improve your trading experience, and you start to understand quantitative trading more deeply. Okay, so another let's plot additional chart. For example, I would like to compare this strategy with benchmark. In our case is returns of Bitcoin. It's super easy. What we need to do, we need to take our data. It is returns strategy. We need to call VBT. Next we need returns. Next we need plot cumulative data. And we have argument, yeah, like a benchmark. Let's indicate it. Benchmark rates would be data, close data of Bitcoin USDT, and I need percent of change for this data. Looks good. Let's change format, for example, like this, because I need to understand is correct or not. Okay, looks good. Let's plot our data. So in green area we have our strategy is profitable, and gray line it's our returns of Bitcoin USDT, and it's not good for trading and for investing. So we have some alpha factors and we could trade it, but we need to do more analyze and we need to improve our strategy all time. This is a simple an example for you how you could do research and how you could improve your trading experience. Thanks guys for watching this video, and please subscribe on my YouTube channel. It is motivate me, and see you next time.